Only 5% of companies using AI are making money from it. They've unlocked the secret to AI success, widening the gap between those who try and those who've succeeded. The good news is there are great opportunities for Gen Xers in our AI future. Welcome to CTRL ALT DEBRIEF. It's a new show for you, my fellow Gen Xers, because it takes a lot of time to put together an old guy in AI podcast, and news about AI happens so fast. Headlines from 3 months ago are out of date. So I thought I'd keep you in the loop by sharing the latest AI news that could impact us. So today we're talking about the widening AI value gap and how there's some good news about human opportunities in an AI-driven workplace. So I read this report, printed it out, and this report is written by the Boston Consulting Group. Now, they interviewed over 1,200 firms worldwide to find out which of those are achieving AI value at scale and why. Now, in this report, they said the difference is that the top 5% of companies, which we'll call future built, have put in place the critical capabilities needed to make AI work at the level of innovation and reinvention, as well as to boost efficiencies. Not only are these companies outperforming the competition, but they have also opened a value gap and are pulling further ahead as they reinvest the proceeds from their earlier success in new capabilities, tools, and innovations. Future built companies are achieving a transformative effect on value creation by catalyzing better decisions and faster and more efficient actions, targeting step changes that go far beyond what is possible from automation and productivity increases. So, the companies that are succeeding are not only looking at using AI to innovate what they currently do, but they're also using AI to reinvent how they would do it from the ground up. But the article continues. It says, fully 60% of companies are not achieving material value at all, reporting minimal revenue and cost gains despite substantial investment. Another 35%, up from 13% from last year, are scaling up their efforts and seeing some returns, but many of them admit that they are not moving far enough or fast enough. So, what are they doing? What did the top 5% discover that the other 60% haven't? The successful companies recognize the massive opportunity to drive a top down, multi year agenda. They define their AI programs with ambitious cost and revenue targets from top management, and they mandate near term bottom line improvements while developing new skills, workflows, and technology that will fuel their success for years to come. So, what is that? Change management. Successful change management always includes buy in and promotion by top management with clear goals and strategic value. That's funny, that thing never changes. So the report goes on to say future build firms go well beyond automation and incremental productivity improvements to reshape current workflows and invent new ones. They prioritize the latest advances such as generative AI and agentic AI to create new revenue streams. Big value comes not from AI pilots or isolated use cases, which many companies do when they approach new tech, but from reshaping and reinventing core business workflows end to end. So, most companies that have invested in AI don't seem to have a full scope plan or they don't know how to implement it. They're using these small scale efforts to figure out how best to use it. But the successful companies are looking at this new tech with the idea of if we were starting our company now with AI, how would we structure our departments, processes, staffing? And they're making those changes. And I think that's going to be harder and probably riskier for larger companies. But I don't know, man. Every year they delay their competitors who are implementing AI correctly, well, they're getting farther away. And here's something interesting regarding the workforce, you and me. The report says this: they are moving toward hybrid workflows based on human AI collaboration, supported by necessary upskilling, governance guardrails, and partnerships. So, they still need human workers. I like that. They need partners that can help them integrate AI into their company. And they need to have strong governance to make sure that the AI solutions they implement don't put their company at risk. They aggressively source or train the talent they need now and for the future, especially through broad based upskilling of current staff, more than 50% of the internal workforce. So jobs will be there. So it's our job to be the most qualified so we can take advantage of that opportunity. And with our experience, that's a no-brainer. So I found this report really interesting because what's interesting about it for me is most people are implementing AI wrong. And the longer they wait to adjust, the farther away that top five will pull away. I mean, every month that advantage compounds and the gap between the winners and the losers grows. And according to this report, humans have a critical function in an AI corporate future. And of course, success relies heavily on excellent change management. So, what does that mean for us, for you and me? Well, first, if you have change management experience or a certified change manager, man, add AI to your skill set and lead the effort within your company to do it right. And I'd also suggest reading this report for tips on how the top 5% are executing their AI rollouts. So, AI will cause staffing reductions. I don't see any way around that. But companies will need knowledgeable employees that can monitor and make sure that AI stays within the guardrails defined by the company to keep AI from making errors. And those people should also be looking for future improvements that they can use AI for. So, what should we do knowing all this? Well, here's three things I would recommend. I would stay on your AI learning path. Whatever you need to focus on, find that right AI tool, invest your time, and start learning. These tools improve quickly, so it's important to stay up to date on how they work currently and practice with those new functionalities. Number two, I think if you can, try to position yourself. Position yourself as an employee who is eager to learn AI, to participate in any training or pilot programs at your company. I mean, be the person they think about and want on their team when they discuss AI. And the third thing I think it's important is to do an honest assessment. I mean, ask yourself, what part of my job is performing tasks and which of those require uniquely human judgment? Now, for your tasks, if you haven't already, I would start documenting what your processes are and what you do and what part of those processes require your human analysis, your understanding, your input in order for those processes to complete. Because the tasks that don't require human judgment, it's going to be replaced by AI. That's the reality. So let's not hide from it. But the human stuff remains the human stuff. So find that in your processes as well. Now, for me, I found this report not only extremely interesting, honestly, a little geeky, but it made me hopeful. I mentioned in an earlier podcast about what I call the flying car theory. And it means that whenever new tech is created, it's human nature to project the best and worst case scenarios on how that tech will affect you and your life. Now, when researching AI and listening to those involved in its creation, I forgot that they do the same thing. They highlight the best case AI future from their perspective and diminish but reluctantly admit about the potential worst case scenarios. Their best case scenarios involve AI taking all the jobs and them thinking they can spoon feed us happiness with universal basic income. Spoiler alert, that won't work. But this report highlights the need for humans to participate in companies that are going to be using AI solutions. And I think the reality is that the future with AI will be somewhere in between the best and worst case scenarios. There'll be opportunities for humans to continue to work in corporate America. And we want to be the generation ready to take advantage of those opportunities when they appear, because we have all the experience and we need to apply it with this new tech. So never forget, we've adapted to more technology and thrived doing it than any other generation in human history. And AI is just the next tech to learn and master, and it's not hard to do. When it comes to adapting to new tech, we've done it before. We can do it again. So, where do you think this AI future will land? I mean, where do you think our place will be in it? Just let me know in the comments because I'd really like to know your thoughts on that. Don't forget also join our community. The link is in the show notes. And remember, Gen X, don't wait for someone else to define your future. Let's start shaping it together. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I appreciate that you've taken a little bit of your day and spent it with me. So thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time.